Is getting lids to fit a struggle? Do you find trimming a gallery and flange frustrating? Today I'll show you a clever design. It has a recessed handle and stacks neatly, and best of all, it's not hard to make. I'm throwing an onion pot, but this lid works with all kinds of pots. So let's get started. I'm using 1.4 kilos of clay for the base and 600 grams for the lid. I'm using a buff earthenware clay with a bit of tooth. And for onion pots, I think terracotta would work perfectly too. I start by centering, and then I flatten the clay. I push down into the clay, and I open up. I'm starting to form the walls. I pull the clay up from the base into the walls. If you haven't already done so, remember to subscribe to this channel for more videos. It encourages us to explore more throwing topics through video. I bring the walls to their final height, and now I straighten the sides. Now for the lid. I take the smaller piece of clay and I center. And I flatten to a little under the dimension of the rim of the base. And now I press into the middle of the clay, about 1.5 centimeters from the center. And I push inwards to form the handle. Now I bring a little more clay from the middle of the lid to the outside. I'm creating a thick rim, and I bring a little of the clay from the rim into a flat overhang. I measure the outer rim. It needs to be just a little larger than the measurement of the rim of the base. I define the undercut a little. And now I flatten the handle. I want the handle to be the same height as the outer rim. That will allow these pots with lids to stack. Now I just smooth and refine the lid a little. And I do a quick check of the measurements. I wire through and dry to leather hard. So I'm ready to trim, and I'll start with the base. First of all, I can't resist checking to see if the lid fits. Not too bad, it just needs very slight trimming. So I take the base and flip it onto its rim. I centre. I'm using the pad left from wiring through to hold the pot in place. And I trim across the base. I also trim a little around the base of the pot. And I smooth the base. I'm going to make the holes in the wall now. I've prepared a template that will help me mark out where the holes are going to go. This will mean the pattern's a little more even, but you could just freeform. So I mark out the holes. I'm going to cut out the holes with a hole cutter. And now to trim the lid. So I flip the lid and centre. And then I fasten the lid with some lugs of clay. I trim across the base. And now I'm just going to trim to the correct size. In this case, I just need to trim away the slightest amount of clay. And then I smooth. I remove the lugs of clay, and now I'm ready to see if it fits. Perfect, and I set aside to dry. Once fully dry, I bisque together. And now I glaze. I'm using an oyster white glaze that works really well with this clay. And unglazed or just partly glazed would work too. I'm going to glaze fire these together. I know this is a bit of a stretch, but believe me, I've rarely encountered a pot that didn't release with a little tap on a bench. This design is easy and practical, and these pots are really useful. So I made onion pots, but I didn't stop there. Garlic deserves its own pot too, right? Without the holes, you could use them to store anything. If you're up for more advanced lidded projects, check out my perfectly fitting canister video. And happy potting!